This guy never saw it coming. All he did was get proposed to by the girl of his dreams, and her jealous stalker had him thrown into the ocean as shark bait. The sharks weren't interested, but something else was. A mysterious cube stuck itself right into him. A curse turned gift. The cube gave him the power to teleport. One thought, and he could blink anywhere within 50 feet. Inside this thing called the Hera Cube was a hidden pocket dimension the size of a small studio. Basically, it was like something out of a sci-fi novel, a storage space you carry with you. But what really blew Mark's mind was that this cube had a mind of its own, and it opened with a bold statement: my only reason for existing is to make your wishes come true and crown you king of the world. Why me? The cube was asked. To fulfill your ambition and help you rule the world. Then, the Hera Cube unlocked a second power. Telescopic vision, almost like X-ray. He could see everything 100 feet away without using his eyes. Even through solid walls, nothing blocked his view. But being a decent guy, he looked away from anything private. Using this power drained him fast. In seconds, Mark pushed himself too far and blacked out. When he opened his eyes again, he was back in his own room, thinking about how Sarah was still being harassed by that creep Vince. Mark clenched his fists. One thought burned in his mind: I need to get stronger. No more letting Sarah deal with this alone. But for a regular guy like Mark, getting stronger wasn't exactly easy. Lucky for him, the cube had a level-up system. Absorb gems and his abilities would grow, unlocking even more powerful skills. The Hera Cube went into search mode, scanning the whole neighborhood, and picked up a gem buried in the garden. Mark didn't hesitate. He grabbed a shovel and started digging. At the base of an old tree, after a serious grind, he finally pulled the gem out of the dirt. With the gem in hand, the cube pulled Mark inside its inner dimension, and told him to press the stone into the wall. It was just a low-grade weak gem, nothing impressive, but it still gave him 2 extra points in strength and 1 in stamina. His body suddenly felt lighter. When Mark got to class, before he could even share 2 words with Sarah, Vince showed up looking for trouble. Mark wanted to keep things low-key, but Vince never planned on backing down. Watching the guy she cared about get shoved around by Vince, Sarah couldn't hold back. She stood up and said, I need you to leave. Hey, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Let me take it from here. Vince, it's time we settle this, the cube told him. Vince and his crew had an average combat score of 5, and his own score was already over 22. If it came down to it, he wasn't afraid. Just then the teacher walked in. Vince backed off for now, but told Mark to meet him at the North Side gym that afternoon. Mark showed up right on time, with one thing in mind: fight. He wanted to hit Vince until he'd never dare come near Sarah again. But Mark overestimated himself. Vince brought numbers. The cube ran the odds. Mark only had a 20% chance of winning. Jumping in blind would get him killed. So Mark got clever. He started trash talking. So the big boss of the North Side can't even handle a one-on-one. What kind of example is that for your crew? That jab hit Vince where it hurt. Fine, I'll play with you. As someone who ran the neighborhood, Vince wasn't completely brainless, but his top enforcer, a thick-necked guy named Tank, couldn't hold back. Tank was built like a fridge. Vince's best fighter. Strong, no doubt, but his combat score was barely above average. Mark was already at 22. Still, he didn't let his guard down. He got into a stance. Tank moved in. He chucked a basketball at Mark's face, and charged in swinging. True to his rep, Tank was a brawler. Every hit aimed to hurt, but Mark's agility kept him in the game. Blocking and dodging, he let Tank burn through his stamina, then picked the exact moment to strike back. One clean hit and Tank was done. Vince realized this guy could really fight. He laughed and called Mark naive. Showing your cards too early, rookie move. Then he ordered everyone to jump him. Vince wasn't leaving until Mark was broken. Against over a dozen violent thugs, Mark fought like someone beyond human. Fast, sharp, reflexes and strength, far beyond what any regular guy should have. Even severely outnumbered, he didn't flinch. The truth was he was running on empty, but he couldn't show it. He needed that raw intensity to scare them off, to hold his ground, and to keep his promise to protect Sarah. Vince stared at Mark, who wouldn't go down, and panic took over. I messed up from the start. And I messed up badly. Your body is shutting down, the cube warned. You can't keep this up. I know, Mark admitted. But even if it's just a bluff, I have to make them believe I'm unstoppable.